Okay, it's Justin from VoterTrove, and we're going to talk about our data upload tool, which allows you to upload CSV files three different ways to our platform. The first one we're going to talk about is this VoterTrove ID match. So basically, this is a situation where you've downloaded data from VoterTrove from your master database in a raw format through our Build Your List page with that VoterTrove ID field in your data. You've sent it off to a vendor to append consumer data or whatever kind of data you want to append to your file to bring back in. Now what we're going to do is bring that data back in and match that up with that VoterTrove ID to your central voter file in VoterTrove to have that data be available on the Build Your List page to query going forward. So in this case, what we've done is created a sample database that has a CSV that has a sample field of has children. Let me pull it in here, right here. This is what we're going to be uploading. You can see I've got an ID, a first, last, mailing address, mailing city, state, and then has children, yes or no. So this is the field that is not in VoterTrove currently that we want to bring in as a custom field to be able to query on the front end. Now, you really only need the ID field and whatever custom field you're bringing in to do this, but we just left this in here just to demonstrate also some of the other matching with the default fields. You don't necessarily have to match these fields on a VoterTrove ID match, but you can. So anyway, let's get to it. So that's the CSV we're going to be uploading, and I'm going to grab it right now, and it's called Has Children. So I'm going to click Open. And now I've got my different options for upload. So I've got VTDID as the default selected, so we're going to go with that for now. So now on import, I can put them into groups, segments, or profiles if I want. I'm not going to do that in this case, but I can do that if I want. Comma delimited is my file type. First row is a field name, which it was, which we talked about. Now I click Continue. So now what I have is all of my fields in my CSV column. So this here, these fields here is what we saw right here. ID, first, last, mailing address, mail city, has children. So now where we can do the match automatically as far as fields, it turns green. So you can see ID, this is our VoterTrove ID. We've got mailing address, mailing city, mailing state, which matched automatically. Now first, last, we call them different things sometimes. So in this file it was just first, but we know obviously that's first name. So we're going to grab first name, and you can see that turns green. And now we're going to do last name, and if I can find it here, last name. So now we go down here, we see has children. So of course that's red line strike through as well because we don't have a has children field in our database. We want to add it right now. So what I'm going to do, and it's going to be a little tricky to navigate this, but let's try this here. So I'm going to do this, and then it's all the way at the bottom. And I will go down there and show you. Let's move this guy down here to give you a better view. And now you can see new custom fields. So we can see other custom fields that are in here, but this is going to be a new one. So what this is going to be is the interface where we name our field. So let's just call it Has Children. Let's just kind of keep it consistent. I have a few options here. So we could do a multiple choice, text, or yes, no. So I'm going to explain the difference for each one of those. Multiple choice, as you can read here, is any type of data. This is data that you're going to be able to access on the front end of the platform. So if you want to be able to pull data based on this criteria going forward, multiple choice is definitely an option you're going to have to go with, or yes, no, and we'll get to that in a second. Now, in terms of choices, so if you've got a field that's got 113 different unique values in that field, we'll only import up to 50. And the reason for the multiple choice, and the reason for that is it really slows down the platform, really slow down that front end and that experience. We could make exceptions in some cases where you really need to have that data in there, but it'd probably be on a case-by-case basis. So obviously, this was really just a few options here. They are yes, no. We won't do yes, no, but we can import them just as a multiple choice. Text is another option. Now text is just going to be imported into your file. It won't be accessible on the front end of Build Your List, so you're not going to be able to do any queries based off of it. But text is really more of just you want to store the data will be available on the voter profile page, so if it's some note or something you have on a specific voter or contact, you can import that in, link it up, and then when you go to that contact or voters page, you'll see that that text there as well. Yes, no is the other option. So yes, no, only yes, no values. We can interpret yes, true in one as yes, and every other value as no if you import it. So that's another option. But we're just going to go multiple choice here, and it is yes, no, but we're just going to do multiple choice. It's probably the one that's going to be used most. So I'm going to do multiple choice. I'm going to click save. And now it says now it's in green, so we actually have that field. I'm going to click analyze. And it's going to take a look at my data and kind of run through it. And it's going to say, okay, we've got 213 records. We're going to update 213 records because those are the records that are already in your file. And I'm going to click process. And that's it. And you're done. So the cool thing is now when I come in, and you remember our field was called has children, I can look at that data on the front end. Oop, has children. So I'm just going to choose raw so we can see them all. And you can remember the data we had in there. So we only had first name, last name, mailing address, mail city, and mailing state. So when I go down here, I'm going to find under my non-survey data, you can see has children. And I'm going to click no. And you're going to see I've got 109 that are no. But what you notice here is that I have 58 phone numbers. Now, again, in the file we imported, we did not have phone numbers. So you can see that it has been matched up back to your file because I had phone numbers in my base file. So now I can query if I want to do, I don't know, just the yes. I can do that. Let's see how many we had there. We had 104. So it's a pretty even split. And that's how you would append non-server data from a vendor, consumer data, whatever, back to your voter file in VoterTrove.